This happened to me about 2 months ago. We played right outside of New York. We spent a couple days in New York, and within 4 days, we were playing Syracuse, Indiana. And then that night, having dinner at a friend's house, and then right next door, the farm next door. We were out in the country, and the farm next door was an Amish gentleman that they were real lifelong friends with. He said, "I want to meet Ernie." And so it was a big deal that you would let somebody of not like faith and like religion, come in. And I was just sitting there in my bunk, in my bed that night saying, "Lord, how blessed am I to go and
to experience
all of this. One day I'm in an amazing city, amazing food, amazing culture. The next day I'm in an Amish man's house, and he's reading me from the Apostle Paul's writings and telling me what he's going to preach that Sunday." And it's a wonderful, wonderful life.
The saying is true, our strength is in our diversity. But to me, it's only 50% true. The other 50% of that is when our diversity comes together and we become one, and we make a beautiful fabric of city life, of country life, of West Coast, of East Coast. And we've not done that real well in the last 10, 15, 20 years for some reason, because Russ's song is still right. You're my brother, you're my sister.
Yeah.
Would you take me by the hand? Together we will work until he comes. We are still one in the body of Christ, even though we come from all different kinds of backgrounds.
And even if somebody doesn't acknowledge that body of Christ stream of belief, if they can see their brother and their sister, their neighbor, as human, instead as somebody to oppose them. Yeah. If your starting place can be the lens of love and humanity, then you can start moving forward. And then I can look at the diversity and not see it as something I'm afraid of.
I know.
Then you can embrace it and say, yeah, that's a part of the human experience. So everybody that I sit down and talk to, I grow way more talking to people that I disagree with.
Absolutely.
I don't want to sit and talk to people I just agree with, because pretty soon they're not human anymore. Yeah. Them, they, they're not us, and it's just not a good starting place.
You know, the biggest thing my dad taught me, said, "Bill, there is no they. It's us."
It's us. It is.
Them does not exist.
That's right.
I'm serious. He was the most non-paranoid person I've ever known. There was nothing paranoid about anything he did. It was just, you never get the first time we sang in a prison, and he sat beside a guy. And afterwards, I found out what the guy did to get in. I'll never forget. Somebody asked J.D. Sumner one time about a prisoner. He got out of prison early. And the guy asked J.D., "What do you do?" And people can criticize J.D. all they want to, but in some ways he was what I call country smart and also a deep believer. So the guy asked J.D., "What did that guy do?" He said, "Why does it make a difference?" What an answer.
Great answer.
And quick. Why does it make a difference?
Yeah.
But Dad sat beside this guy all the time we were singing and doing our program and everything. And I said, and he didn't even ask me. I said, but I had found out. I said, "You know who you were sitting by?" Dad said, "No." He said, "He killed 3 people." Dad said, "Seemed like a nice person." He killed 3 people. That's pretty bad in my book.
Yeah. Yeah.
But don't you think God looks at us much the way probably my dad looked at most people? There ain't no they.
No.
There ain't no them.
When you let people in your life, you realize really quick. But if you keep that other mentality, it's easy to be God. And we're not God.
And you know something else? You're right. You know something else? I trust the message. I trust the message.
Redeeming love.
I trust the message. I mean, I think the longer I live, the more, and here we are doing the opposite this morning, but the longer I live, the more I think I need to shut up more and just be. Maybe the days we have to speak, but.
What's the overall arc of the narrative of the scriptures?
For me, that the tent is much bigger than most of us let it be. I think God's tent is pretty big. I think when he said, whosoever will make them. And I get a little ticked, and I bristle when I hear criticism from the outside that we're exclusive. I said, what do you mean exclusive? When you look at all the world religions, Christianity is one of the most inclusive religions. Man, Jesus paved the way to say women are very, very, very special. Met with them in the middle of the day. He didn't talk to women back in the day. And he met with them. You talk about maybe the first woman's liver. I mean, when he said whosoever will, he meant whosoever, and he was criticized for it.
Yeah.
People he hung with, But he lived it out.
Cost him his life.
And it cost him his life. It really did. This is fun.
This is fun.
Let's do it again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.